Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
IYO SKY will defend the WWE Women's World Championship in the main event of the Evolution Premium Live event. The genius of the Sky is ready to make history in her match against Rhea Ripley. Sky became the Women's World Champion by defeating Ripley on the March 3, 2025, edition of Monday Night Raw. She successfully defended the title against Ripley and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 41. On X, FKA Twitter, IYO SKY shared a message claiming she was nervous and excited, but was ready to step into the ring against the Eradicator at Evolution 2025. She also recalled competing in the final of the Mae Young Classic in the first Evolution Premium Live event. "I'm nervous. I'm excited. But more than anything, I'm ready. I came from Japan to the USA for one reason, to make WWE history. At the first Evolution, I fought in the Mae Young Classic final. Now, at the second Evolution, I walk in as the WWE Women's Champion this Sunday. We do it again. New history. Bigger moments. Let's go," wrote IYO SKY. Rhea Ripley is a former two-time Women's World Champion. Her first reign lasted well over a year, but her second reign ended right after completing the 50-day mark. Aiden English thinks that Rhea Ripley could win the WWE Women's World Championship against IYO SKY if she turned heel. Aiden English believes Rhea Ripley could capture the WWE Women's World Championship at the Evolution Premium Live event if she turned heel against IYO SKY. Speaking on the Rebooked Wrestling podcast, he said, "Here's my problem with it. They might put it back on Rhea Ripley. I don't think it is locked, though. My problem is I'm a little bored of Rhea and IYO SKY, especially when they're both kind of babyface. Unless this is a heel turn for Rhea, which would make an exciting change for her character." Ripley and Sky will collide in the main event of the second ever Evolution PLE. It'll be interesting to see who walks out of Atlanta with the gold. IYO SKY is ready to make history against Rhea Ripley at WWE Evolution 2025. "I'm nervous. I'm excited. But more than anything, I'm ready." The atmosphere backstage at WWE Evolution 2025 is unlike anything IYO SKY has ever felt. And that's saying something for a superstar who's soared off cages, turned ladders into launching pads, and redefined what it means to be a high flyer in women's wrestling. But tonight, it's different. Tonight, she's not just defending a championship, she's fighting for a legacy. For weeks, the WWE Universe has buzzed about this match. IYO SKY vs Rhea Ripley, a collision of styles, a clash of energies, a test of how far women's wrestling has come and how far it can still go. Evolution 2025 is historic on its own, the first all-women's PLE to be held in a sold-out stadium since the original Evolution in 2018. But this main event, this final match, this is the heartbeat of the night. IYO sits on a battered black trunk backstage, her gear shimmering in the glow of the production lights. Her signature mask rests beside her, the metallic colors reflecting tiny flickers of blue and purple. She adjusts the tape on her wrists, takes a deep breath, and closes her eyes. In her mind, she sees the moment again, the contract signing where Rhea Ripley slammed the Women's World Championship down between them with a smirk that could split stone. "Better get ready, IYO," Rhea had sneered, her voice dripping with equal parts respect and threat. "I'm not coming to dance. I'm coming to dominate." That moment lit a fire inside IYO. She knew what she was up against, Rhea Ripley, the Nightmare, a powerhouse whose battered legends, stood toe-to-toe with the biggest names in WWE, and come out smiling through black lipstick and bruises. But IYO SKY isn't just any challenger. She's the genius of the Sky, the woman who's made a career out of defying gravity, expectations, and doubters alike. "I'm nervous. I'm excited," she whispers to herself in Japanese first, then English, as if the words need to echo in both parts of her soul. She opens her eyes and stares at the mask. "But more than anything, I'm ready." Somewhere down the corridor, Rhea's laugh cuts through the hum of production chatter. She's holding court with Dominic Mysterio, who tries to psych her up but mostly ends up shaking his head in awe. Rhea's aura tonight is that of a lioness ready to hunt. She's bigger, stronger, and for many, the odds-on favorite. But that's the story IYO loves best, the one where no one sees the ending coming until she's standing on the turnbuckle, arms outstretched, championship hoisted high above her head. As the crew rushes past with last-minute adjustments, IYO closes her eyes again. She thinks of her journey, from Shimizu, Japan, where she dreamed of wrestling in tiny, packed halls, to NXT where she rose through takeovers and war games, to Damage Control, to standing on her own when everyone said she couldn't. Every bruise, every flight overseas, every "you'll never make it there," they've all led to tonight. She stands and lifts her mask. Slowly, deliberately, she ties it behind her head, feeling the persona click into place. When she wears this, she's not just IYO, she's a storm. She's a statement. A knock on the doorframe breaks her trance. Dakota Kai leans in, her expression a mix of concern and pride. "Hey," Dakota says softly. "It's time." IYO nods. She doesn't say much, she never really has. Her actions always speak louder than any promo could. Dakota squeezes her arm once, a silent promise of support. The rest, IYO knows, she has to do alone. The curtain area buzzes with tension as IYO waits for her cue. She can hear the crowd, a low, rumbling roar that erupts every few seconds as fans chant her name. They know what's at stake: history, representation, inspiration for every little girl in the stands wearing a replica mask and dreaming of the sky. She bounces lightly on her toes. She can feel her heartbeat, steady, strong. Then she hears it, the first notes of her entrance theme hit, the arena lights flicker to purple and blue, and the genius of the sky steps out. The pop is deafening. IYO lifts her arms, absorbing every ounce of energy. She walks down the ramp, eyes locked on the ring where Rhea Ripley already stands, draped in her own darkness and defiance. The two women lock eyes, Predator and Daredevil, power and flight, a storm about to collide with a nightmare. Once inside the ropes, IYO removes her mask and hands it gently to the referee. She looks at the belt, then at Rhea, then at the sold-out arena, and a smile tugs at the corner of her lips. This is why she does this. Not for the money. Not for the fame. For the chance to show the world that no ceiling can hold her down. The bell rings. Rhea charges first, brute force and intimidation in motion. IYO ducks under a clothesline, springboards off the ropes, and lands a dropkick flush on Rhea's jaw. The crowd explodes. Rhea staggers, then laughs. She loves this. She lunges again, and IYO answers with speed and precision, ducking, striking, flying off ropes like they're vines in a jungle only she can navigate. For 20 minutes, they give everything. Rhea throws IYO like she's weightless, but IYO keeps coming back, her resilience frustrating the powerhouse. Each near fall sends shockwaves through the crowd. A moonsault from the top rope, Rhea kicks out at 2. A devastating riptide, IYO barely drapes a foot on the bottom rope. By the end, both women are on their knees, sweat mixing with the paint of IYO's mask remnants. They stare at each other, exhausted but defiant. IYO touches her chest, steady heartbeat, steady courage. She pushes herself up first, climbs the turnbuckle, the whole arena on its feet. She leaps, the genius of the sky soaring higher than ever. Time slows. Then impact. 1, 2, 3. The bell sounds. The referee raises her arm. The new women's world champion stands in the middle of the ring, tears mixing with the sweat and the roar of 60,000 people chanting her name. Rhea, beaten but smiling, nods in respect. Tonight, history wasn't just made, it was earned. Backstage, IYO walks back through the curtain, clutching the title to her chest. Dakota rushes her, hugging her so tightly they both almost topple over. Cameras flash, microphones are thrust forward, but IYO just looks at them, voice calm but fierce. "I was nervous. I was excited. But more than anything, I was ready." And tonight, the sky belonged to IYO.